What a relief. I'm genuinely excited to dive into this video during my lunch break. I just had to share this feeling because the news really got me fired up. In today's video, we're going to cover a major move that just happened, along with some less encouraging updates and maybe even a touch of drama. If you're looking for daily content about the team, stick around. Let's get straight to the point. A statement was made about the desire to avoid dragging negotiations into the off-season training activities in April. That discussion had a clear impact on the current situation. Recently, we saw something that's genuinely good news. He could have chosen the route many other players have taken in the past, but instead he showed up for off-season training today, prioritizing the team. This also suggests that contract talks behind the scenes may be heading in a positive direction, which is fantastic. A tweet sparked a conversation highlighting progress toward a multi-year contract extension. That was the good news of the day. We received some promising updates, learning that there was indeed a presence, and if someone shows up, it indicates that all parties believe they're close to a deal. That kind of presence signals optimism. Reports confirm that there have been talks about a new contract, and that this player was there right at the start of team activities. Some had speculated that he might skip because a new deal hadn't been signed yet. Why? Because others have done the same, so it led to assumption, but a different choice was made. An update to the original tweet made it clear. Showing up today is a sign that negotiations are in a good place. That's music to my ears. Now let's move on to some other topics that, while less exciting, still deserve our attention. This was the issue we debated throughout last season and during the previous offseason. It's a pleasant surprise to finally have a player who simply showed up. Even with significant contract negotiations ongoing, the team could have slapped a tag on him and insisted he play for a set amount this year while dragging out the process. Thankfully, they didn't. That's great news. A key statement pointed out that his attendance on day one of off-season activities signals that talks are in a good place and that a new deal might be announced soon. We'll have to wait and see. Influential voices in the media have echoed the same sentiment. With his presence early on, contract talks are progressing well. That's a big move. He could have opted out. He could have said, I still want what I'm owed. So either he's getting what he wants and things just aren't finalized yet, which would be surprising, or the talks are close enough that he feels good about being there. Or maybe they're not that close and he just showed up because he's committed to the team. Either way, it's all positive. And that's amazing. I'm going to take this for what it is. A great tweet that emphasizes he is the guy. He knows it. The team knows it. They're not located nearby, yet he chose to attend because of collaboration and commitment. That in itself is remarkable. A strong statement from a prominent source confirms that this athlete is undeniably the standout. He recognizes his role, and so does the team. He's on track to receive the compensation he deserves. There's no drama here, and that's what matters, right? This player doesn't come off as someone who seeks conflict, but we know that contract negotiations can be tricky. There were signs after the season ended suggesting he might have skipped these sessions if things weren't going well. That was mentioned a while ago and hinted at some hesitation, or maybe the necessity to sit out if things didn't improve. So the excitement here is valid, and honestly, others should feel it too. Moving on to other players now. The team's Pro Bowl tight end has been in contract discussions but isn't attending the voluntary off-season program that began today. That's disappointing, although not entirely surprising. It's clear that the player and the team are still far apart in their negotiations, which is unfortunate. It's expected that they'll eventually come to an agreement that makes him the highest paid tight end in the league. The big question is how much he's asking for. We don't have that detail, but the current gap is not ideal. Having him around would have been helpful. This isn't a crisis yet, but it's certainly a minor setback. On a more positive note, another key player was present today despite also being in the middle of contract talks. He's expected to get an extension, but still showed up. Many believe he had good reasons to attend. First as a leader, and second due to the return of a former coach to the staff. That reunion adds motivation. There's a clear desire to make the most of this moment. Another player also confirmed his attendance, and it's exciting to see players eager to return. It's fulfilling. Sure, this is just the organized activities phase, But after months without seeing anyone on the field, it's refreshing to see the guys back at it. Just watching them practice together is thrilling. Now here's a storyline. That could be seen as dramatic depending on how you look at it. Opinions are swirling about a veteran receiver situation. He said he was considering an offer, but didn't feel the mindset was right. He expressed his stance clearly, and it reflected his current attitude. This story is an interesting one. We shouldn't overreact to what he said. He's a veteran after all. My agent mentioned this to me 5 times, and I thought, all right, I'm not the type to chase every offer that comes my way. So there you have it. It's a pretty intriguing situation. I'm not going to stress too much about it. First off, the receiver in question is clearly declining. He'd be a great addition to the team, but he's aging, and I wouldn't want the team to pay full price for him. Personally, and I think this view is shared around the league, even if the player himself won't admit it, there are questions about his identity as a player. He's changed teams twice already. I don't really know who he is anymore, what kind of player we'd be getting, or whether he'd just move on again. I wouldn't pay the full price. Yes, he's a great receiver, and if we get him, I'll be excited. I won't pretend otherwise. But I'm not losing sleep over it. The team reached out and was willing to make an offer if he showed interest. I suspect this negotiation was one-sided. In other words, from the player's end, I'm just guessing here. I don't have any concrete info. I'm just assuming there wasn't much back and forth. Maybe the sides were so far apart that a deal was never really on the table. I don't want to go too deep into it. Also, this info came from the player's agent, and agents always frame things to focus on the money side, so it doesn't worry me. That said, many fans are frustrated because they feel it feeds a narrative about how the front office handles contract talks and financial matters, and I get that perspective too. Thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We're just 2 days away from the 2025 NFL Draft. That's incredible. I'm really excited. It's going to be an amazing experience, and I can't wait. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 42 News Hozi Thing 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The San Francisco 49ers and Wendichio Safety 49ers may have just found the next cornerstone of their fearsome defense. In a move that has excited fans and analysts alike, the team secured the services of Will Johnson, a highly regarded young talent already being touted as a future leader on and off the field. Known for his instinct, intelligence, and versatility, Johnson arrives with the kind of reputation that commands respect, not just among his peers, but also from coaches and veterans in the locker room. Even before taking his first snap in a 49ers uniform, Johnson is being seen as someone capable of filling the leadership void left by past stars. His college career was defined by consistency, high football IQ, and the ability to make plays in critical moments. What sets him apart, however, is his demeanor, calm, composed, but fiercely competitive. Those around him describe a player who leads by example and lifts the standard of everyone around him. San Francisco's defense has long been one of the most feared units in the NFL, built on physicality, speed, and elite-level execution. Adding Johnson into that mix could elevate it to a new level. Coaches have already hinted at deploying him in multiple roles, a testament to his adaptability and grasp of complex schemes. Whether lining up as a corner, dropping into zone coverage, or blitzing off the edge, Johnson's presence is expected to be felt immediately. Beyond the X's and O's, his arrival represents a cultural reinforcement for a team chasing a Super Bowl. The 49ers aren't just bringing in a top athlete, they're investing in a future captain. With training camp approaching, all eyes will be on how quickly Johnson asserts himself in the NFL. If early impressions are any indication, San Francisco may have struck gold once again. Not just in talent, but in leadership. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.